What's up, guys? So I was messing around with some of my paintball stuff yesterday, and on my old View Loader Maxis old paintball marker, it has an expansion chamber, and it's kind of like a front grip, and this basically is just an empty tube, and it holds extra CO2. So what I'm going to try to do or see if it does anything on my salt supply and on the HDP50s, I'm going to see if this like volume adder, I guess. It's an expansion chamber, so like inside it's hollow. I don't know if it's getting on camera very well, but there's nothing in there. Like there's no regulator or anything. You can see the bottom right there. There's nothing in there. It's just basically this thread goes up into here, and then on the bottom there's a hole to let air in. In my case, I'm using my 20-ounce CO2 tank. This thing is pretty much full. I've shot it like maybe 20 times with the S2, and the S2 has a restrictor in the handle. This is all stock. I haven't done anything to it. I'm just trying to see if I can get any more power out of this without permanently changing stuff to the marker. So yeah, this is like the normal size restrictor in there, and these HDP50s, these do not have any sort of restriction at all, and the valve block is pulled out, so there's this like little metal thing inside the valves, and it's completely open. And this one also does not have a restrictor in the handle or in the valve block. So pretty much I'm going to use nylon rounds on this. In a previous video I looked at today, I was getting like 360 feet per second with the nylon balls, and with the aluminum rounds I was getting like 270 or like 275. It ended up being about 25 joules. But yeah, I'm gonna set all this up, and then get set up on my trash can over here, and then shoot the box over there. So I'll be right back. All right, guys. I have the salt supply S2 hooked up. It's on the remote line. It's running a CO2 tank. It's about 82 degrees out here, so it's not as hot as it has been, which I'm kind of glad. But at the same time, the heat, the hot temperature helps out CO2. So yeah, I'll see what this does. So I'm looking for at least 360 if there's any sort of improvement over just running this MCS tank adapter and the remote line just straight into the salt supply. So I have this added on, which I haven't tried before. So I'll see what this does. 368. So it's just a slight improvement. It's not like a huge like 5 joule increase so far. 372. So that's almost 23.5 joules. I'll probably add in joule ratings after I make this video. 372. 368. 358. So there was a was that like 15 feet per second difference between 372 and 358. So I mean, I'm using CO2. This marker has gotten just a slight bit cold since I started shooting, but now I'm using the 7.2 gram aluminum balls, and I'm gonna see if I can hit 275 feet per second with the 7.2 gram aluminum ball. So these are the Alien Play aluminum balls you can get on like Amazon and stuff. So here goes nothing. 276. So that's 25.3 joules. 272. I'm not sure exactly, but it's probably around 25 joules. $272, it's also the same. So there's not really, I'm not seeing a huge boost from this expansion chamber. 272. This might work better on the HDP50. 270. It could work better on the HDP50 or any of my Umarex pistols that are modified, because they don't have a restrictor in the handle. So the salt supply, it has a restrictor in the handle right here, and you can't remove it. And the only thing you can do is drill it out. But I don't have a drill bit that reaches that far, and I don't want to permanently change my salt supply S2 just yet. So I'm going to degas this, and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, I'm just degassing this. So the air tank is empty, but there's a bunch of air in this expansion chamber and in the handle and like in the valve. So I'm going to see how many shots I get. And how fast these go, if any of them go faster or slower or whatever. 358, 338, so they're not going to go much faster than this. 334, 320, 296. So I'm just going to dry fire this. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, I got the expansion chamber, MCS tank adapter, my CO2 tank, and I have the HDP50. It has the alien play aluminum balls in it, 50 caliber aluminum balls. They weigh 2.7 grams, at least the ones that I got. And I think this was hitting like around 400 the last time I used it. And the way it's modified with no valve block and no restrictor in the handle. So I'll see what it does with a expansion chamber added onto it. I figure it might act as if it has that like Z-ram chamber attached to the back end of the valve, but I have no idea because I haven't tried this yet. So here we go. 386. My hand came off. 386. It feels like it has a lot more kick, but the speed isn't showing that. But like usually I can fire this without it moving my whole hand all crazy, but right now it's moving my hand a lot. Hoping I'm hitting that box and not hitting the stuff behind it. 380. 384. I'm gonna move the box really quick. Alright, I bring the box a little bit closer. Last shot. 378. So not really making a difference. I'm gonna get the other HDP50. It has the steel balls in it right now, the 8.4 gram steel balls. So I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, 8.4 gram steel ball bearings, the 50 caliber ones, and I thought I made a 8.4 gram column recently, but I guess I didn't, so I'll have to add in the speeds later. I think when I was just running this off the MCS tank adapter and the remote line, I think I got it to hit like 26 joules with these heavy rounds. I think it was around 260 on the chronograph, but I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to relook, but I will add in the joule readings on this video after I shoot it. So here we go. 280. So I think that's an improvement, but I'm not 100% sure. 276. 266. 262. 262. 264. So it's pretty much the same, aside from that first shot that was at 280. I think that's the highest I've ever gotten this to fire with the 8.4 gram steel balls on a CO2 cartridge or on the MCS tank adapter with no expansion chamber on it. I'm just degassing this thing really quick, and yeah, that was interesting. I'll have to make an 8.4 gram column on my paper to just have like a quick check sheet. I'm gonna degas this really quick. So yeah, this thing's out of air now. I'll have to weigh my CO2 tank to see how much air or CO2 is left in it still. But like I said, it just got filled off, and I was shooting the salt supply gun with it, maybe like 20 shots, and that has a restrictor, so I feel like it doesn't use as much compared to these Umarex pistols without any restrictions. But the tank feels cold, and I may have been getting slightly lower numbers because the tank was cold, but it's warm out here. It was in my backpack. I don't really know how else to say like how the differences would be aside from temperature and how much is actually in here. But when these tanks are empty, all mine are the exact same tanks, the same brand and everything, and they're about 830 grams when they're empty. So I'm gonna weigh it in the house, and I'm thinking it's probably like at least 1,000 grams or like 1,100 grams. And so yeah, it still has like 250, 300 grams of CO2 in it. I'm gonna assume, but I'll see when I get in the house and weigh it. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. There was really no huge performance with this expansion chamber on the Salt Supply S2. And once I see what that 280 FPS was on this with the 8.4 gram ball, I'll see if there is any performance enhancement. This is an old paper I had with this was using 12 gram cartridges, and I believe I think this was firing the Blue HDP50 with the aluminum ball with no restrictor, and seeing how low each shot got after each subsequent shot. So I didn't use aluminum balls in the blue one, but I used aluminum balls in the red one today. And I was not using a 12 gram cartridge, but I was using I think you know, this remote line setup and everything. So I think 368 or 372 was the highest I got. So it's not really that big of a difference in speed, and most likely it's going to be like well, I have the 2.7 gram aluminum ball sheet, so yeah, 370. I think I got 370 with the Red HDP50 is 17.2 joules. So it's only like, you know, 1 joule higher. But yeah, I'll add in joule readings, and I'll see you guys on the next video.